What I'm about to show you now is probably about 28 to 30 years old, this next videotape. And it's a young Joe Blasco doing an Asian, somewhat fantasy high fashion makeup of the day. All right, so we're talking late 1970s. So what you're going to see is what was commonly being applied as a fashion makeup or a magazine editorial cover kind of glamour type makeup on an Asian lady. So let's go directly to the videotape right now, and I'm going to do a voiceover and explain exactly what you're seeing. All right, let's roll that tape. All right, now we're going to keep it in fast motion here. You can see I've already applied the foundation. Now she came in already wearing her eye makeup and her lip makeup. Check out that pink blue lip makeup. Now I've shaded both sides of her nose, and I'm highlighting the top bridge of her nose and in all of the areas that I feel really need to be pulled out or that I would like to reflect more light from. And you can see that the nasolabial folds have been highlighted and the temples are highlighted. The curvature of the chin is highlighted, the top of the bridge of the nose and under the eyes and all of this area. Now this is the application mode right now. Now using a sponge, what I'm doing is just simply patting and a sponge and brush, and I just pat away the excess and I leave the amount of highlighting that I want. All right, and pat, 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 and everywhere I want to pull down, I want to blend and tone it. All right, now we're going to apply a small amount of cheek color. We have two different tones of cheek color. All right, we have a pinky tone, all right, and we have a bit of a little more of a brownish type of pink tone, and we're applying that right over the cheekbone, and I'm applying quite a bit there so that we can powder over it, as you see me doing right now, and it's going to look as though it's coming through the powder. Now keep in mind, this is a makeup from the late 1970s, and you can see the shading that I've already applied under her cheekbones with cream, and now I'm intensifying it with dry powder, dark shading powder, and now a little bit more dry cheek color here and there, and a little more powder to make it look as though it's coming through. Now here is really what I want you to see. This is pretty funny. This is kind of this is what was considered a really high fashion, really mode of the day, high fashion type of makeup. Here I cut a sponge down into a very small wedge shape, and I'm using a tissue here to control the line, the lower line. I'm using a pencil to line the eyes, actually right into the mucous membranes, and we're giving her a very, very dark eyes, the outer corner here, deepening it, and now we're going to also add a little more. Now I'm putting this is called Fair Strawberry, and now under the brow, all right, a little more iridescence. Now we're intensifying the liner and then connecting the upper liner to the shadow up above the eyelid, as well as intensifying the inner corner and then connecting the outer ends of the upper and lower eyelids. And then with a sponge, blending it out and carrying out the upper eyeliner a bit. Right now, here we go, right, with a nice clean sweep. Now when you do that line there, where the depression is, or to create a depression where there is not a depression, you have to make certain you do it in one long continuous sweep. And what I've done there is I've connected all three liners at the outer corner. So this is a kind of a bizarre, somewhat avant-garde fantasy type makeup. Now I'm putting some mascara, and we're going to do now the brows. And you can see what I'm using an automatic pencil here. You can see the classic shape and how these brows are put in, and now I'm applying a little latex on a sponge and making sure not to get it on the skin, brushing the brows up. Now I'm going to put a little iridescent, this is a pearlized type of iridescent punch up, and a little more. This is a blue pencil that I'm putting underneath the lower liner, and I'm adding a little bit of blue also to the depression under the eyebrow. Now we're going to clean up her lip a little bit here and there, and this is really mode of the day lip color here, my friends. Oh my, this brings back some memories. And we're using a kind of an orange coral type pencil, and working around the lip and giving it a nice line, putting a little gold iridescence into the inner corner of the lip, maybe a little here and a little more right here, blending it out with a brush. And you can see how that highlights under the brows. Well, that is a very stylized, almost character type makeup. Oh, a little beauty mark. Oh, how about a little more iridescence on the cheeks and the chin, and a little deeper 665G, which is what we call chestnut today, and a little bit of light tech. That was light tech I was using. So here you have the finished fantasy type of stylized makeup. Wow, I'll tell you, that was really something. That was a young Joe Blasco about 30 years ago, just kind of tinkering around and playing with what would have been considered then a fashion makeup, or an over-the-top fashion makeup of the day. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. That was a little Back in Time, Makeup Through the Ages, Back in Time episode, just for you, right here on MUA TV.